My hair look alright, mate.
It looks good now, to be honest.
uh, I'm starting up here. Elite Belfast community. Here we go, dude. We're only 6 minutes late. We're all good.
6 minutes. Live now.
Yeah, should be off my bud. All right, mate. How you going?
I'm good. Thank you.
Let me just close this here 2 seconds. Can you hear that? We're good to go. We're good to go. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Right, mate. Okay, so we're gonna take it right back here to where you started. So me and you come from a very sort of similar background. Amateur boxing.
That's it. Amateur boxing.
Yeah. Do you want to start by telling us a wee bit about that actually? So how you actually get into amateur boxing? What it was like for you. I know a lot of your family we're all very competitive as well. So tell us a wee bit about that too.
Okay, so going back all that time ago, really I didn't want to box or nothing. I didn't want to do anything like that. It was actually my dad. You've met my dad anyway. You know what he's like.
What a legend.
He forced me to do boxing. He forced me to get into boxing at the start, and I didn't want to do it whatsoever. But I went to the club anyway and got the head smashed in the first time. I was crying in the ring and everything like that there, done sparring and stuff. And that was good. Learned a lot from it. But then second night came back, sparred the same guy again, and this time I gave him a good run for his money. And pretty much I started finding a wee bit of a love for it, a wee bit of a passion. Just kept training, and I think I got my first fight a couple of months after that, like a novice championship, and then won that fight by like a stoppage, first round technical knockout. I just see since that then I just loved it. I just loved hurting people. I was just that buzz and that excitement. So that's where it started, and then just kept at it, man. Just kept winning fights, and I did lose fights as well, but there's some top quality boxers out there, and from that just kept going. And then I think the first big thing I won was like an Ulster title. It was like a junior championship, won that, and then I think the next thing I got to was the All Irelands, and I failed the first time. It was a quarter final, and then the year after got to the final. So that was as good as I got with that, really. I box for Ireland a couple of times and a couple of international championships and things like that too. So
yeah, it's always awesome. It's always awesome, being young and getting that sort of experience, because I suppose it's now, it's helping you now, with your business.
Oh, massively.
Because I kind of, obviously we deal with a lot of students, and especially nowadays, and a lot of the time they can come in with this sort of perception is, I'll just open, I'll take one client and the floodgates will open from there. And, the best kind of learning you can do in life is getting punched in the face, because you're never really going to avoid them punches in the first place.
That's it.
You kind of just learn to deal with them, and then from there you get better. Do you know what I mean?
That's 100%.
I suppose that's helping you massively now with your business.
Oh, it's helping so much. Like being into sport obviously is a good thing. Like, you know, you can play football and you can do this and you can do that, but boxing, just there's nothing else like it. You know what I mean? And the fear, the failure, you know, all the sacrifices you have to make to be any good. You know, you have to make a lot of sacrifices to be half decent. So I think that was one thing that helped me massively, being dedicated and committed and knowing exactly what you want to do with it. That's, you know, a massive help.
Absolutely love that, mate. So tell us, you know, I know you had sort of quit your boxing career, and what sort of started the ball rolling? What made you think, you know what, I could start a career in fitness. I could do this here for a living. Like what was it that sort of moved you towards that?
Right. Well, so after I broke the hands boxing, I was happening quite a lot, and then ligament damage and things like that there. I wasn't able to perform the same. So then I just went into tech. I was doing like a sports science or something like that there. Absolutely hated it. It was pathetic. It was a useless course. So I left that, went out, started doing paint and decorating. Again, I was just doing it for the money, just to go out and stuff like that and party or whatever I wanted to do. But see, behind the scenes, always, man, like even not being qualified, I was always training people. Like my dad we had a wee garage shed, place we used to live in, and I was bringing people in, like friends, and I was bringing like random people in that was texting me on Facebook, just seeing videos I was putting up saying, "Oh, can I train with you?" And I was bringing them in, and I wasn't even charging at the time because obviously I was painting and decorating. So that's how that actually started. And I was like, you know what, I'm actually pretty decent at this. Like I understand a good wee bit about, you know, telling someone to eat less if they're overweight or if they're, you know, skinny, you know, try to eat more, like a surplus, a deficit. I already knew a wee tiny bit about that. So I found that I had, definitely a passion for it. And it was just a matter of actually taking that leap of faith and stepping away from my job and then, you know, going forward with it. So, but I got stuck for a while because I was sticking with the painting for too long. I just said to myself, you know, am I ever going to go on and do this? And then again, this is where the whole anxiety stuff started coming in. I had like a fear, I think, from school, you know, actually being like in education and teachers and stuff like that there, and reading out in front of classes and things like that. And I just had this fear about going on and being qualified. It just was stopping me, honestly, it was stopping me. But I knew that this was my passion, and if I didn't do this, I was going to end up in a really bad place, like, definitely.
Yeah, holy shit, mate. Holy shit. Right, okay, mate. So, you know, you've done the full-time course at Elite. You know, we'll not go into all the details of that too much because a lot of people watching this will have come through our system too.
Oh, aye.
So, you know, you left the course and because I took a wee trip up one day to see you, you went straight into working and it was a barn essentially.
It was a barn. It was a barn.
So you know that was your first move there. At what point, you know, did you say, right, you know, I'm going to expand here, because you're now in your sort of second expansion.
Yeah.
The facility, which looks absolutely awesome, by the way, mate. Like,
it's looking so good now. Like,
at what point did you think, right, I need to escalate this?
Right. Well, see, the thing is, I had that wee gym even before I was at Elite.
Yeah.
Once I got qualified, once I got all the education that I needed, that gave me the confidence to say to myself, right, I'm good enough here. I'm going to go for this. I was making enough money with the personal training now to actually invest it back into the business. You know what I mean? And it was a no-brainer, honestly. It was just a matter of doing it and sacrificing a bit, but doing it and just going straight forward with it head on, and no one's going to tell me what to do. And there was times, again, when starting up that new gym, you know yourself, with my woman and the baby on the road and everything. There's a lot of things holding me back, a lot of things. Even people saying to me, you know, you're in the wee gym at the minute, you're kind of doing good, you know, you're breaking even, whatever, you're doing really well for yourself. But for me, that wasn't good enough. Like, I now have a family. I'm trying to make a living. I'm trying to progress my own business, my brand, all that there. So I said to myself, this is something that I'm going to do for a long time. I have to do it now. Now is the time. So that's how that came about, pretty much, you know.
Absolutely amazing, mate. And you know what? Like, it's like, you can desire all the outcomes you want in the world. You can wish for all these things, but ultimately, what it comes down to is literally just taking action and
That's it.
going and doing the fucking thing that you set out to do. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I don't, and again, it must be, I don't know, it could be, a sort of fighter's mentality where you're like, do you know what? If I'm gonna, because I use this here all the time, and I will go back to the same analogies, because a lot of the time I relate boxing to everyday life. Do you know what I mean? Like, when it comes to boxing, you're just scared about shit. Like, you're generally just scared. Not only are you afraid, but the person you're getting into the ring to fight is afraid. And stepping into the ring, both people are probably like, what the fuck am I doing this for? And they're probably thinking exactly the same thing, but you just go and do it anyway, right? You're afraid, but you do it anyway, right? And realistically, there's nothing more frightening there's nothing, I would say, that could trump getting into the ring and fighting with someone in front of a massive audience who are there to judge it, right? There's nothing in the world more scarier than doing that and actually then still going and doing it. So when it comes to, opening a second facility, like, the reality is that stuff is easy in comparison to getting into the fight with someone. So, it's like, it's a huge learning lesson, because you're like, oh, well, it is scary, but I'm still going to do it because it's what I'm passionate about and it's what I love doing. And, the feeling, it's like a fight, the feeling afterwards that you get, win or lose, of the actual accomplishment of getting into the ring and doing the work, the feeling
in the work,
that is like, it's like nothing else in the world. And I suppose, running a business is a lot like that. It's difficult. You get punches in the face, but you got to just deal with them and you got to keep moving forward.
That's it. And eventually the hand will be raised, and one day you're going to be that winner, you know what I mean? So, and it's the same in business, that's the way I look at it. The hard work is going to pay off. Everything that I'm making, all the sacrifices I'm doing it's going to pay off, and I'm going to be the winner at the top of the at the end of the day, so
100%, mate. Absolutely love it. So tell us, mate, we spoke earlier, you come from all your family are really competitive. We actually have your other sister who's on the
I
know. And literally, like, these are all the same, right? Where
just
does
the
that
same.
come from? Does that come from because I know I met your father as well. Is he a competitive dude? Like, where did all that come from?
Oh yeah, like, I mean, the whole family is just wired. Like, it's crazy. My dad's extremely competitive. Like, I suppose, like, marrying into my side, the Loughran's, like, my uncle Eamon Loughran, WBO champion. So, like, my dad grew up even alongside him, and he had to be the alpha. He had to be the top dog. So I guess in a way that kind of is where that all started for him. But I'd say it's even going back further than that to his dad. His dad was, he was big into sport as well. I think he was an All Ireland cyclist as well. So it was, it's going way back. And growing up, I was just rough in the house. It's a big family, 5 sisters and 3 brothers. So you're kind of you're just thrown in it. So that's kind of where all that started. Being really competitive, sports days, we had to win. Our family had to have the most medals.
Love that, dude. The reality is that life's a competition. Do you know what I mean? And
exactly.
You want to win no matter what.
That's it. That's the way. That's the way forward.
Love it. So tell me else, dude, right? Well, a couple of things really. What do you see? What's the plans then moving forward for you? Like, what do you want for the future? Like, in the next 5 years, what do you want?
It's kind of crazy because, like, see the minute I opened up the new gym, my mind was straightforward. Like, it's one more. Like, I just can't. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the way I am. But I can't settle for just being stuck in the same place for a long time. I have to keep moving forward. So, again, it's really trying to expand me as a person, my brand, my business even more. More freedom. Like, again, I have a family now. I want more freedom, more hours to be free. So Kieran McTaggart, he was qualified with Elite. So he's now in with me. Shauna, my sister, and now Kathleen, and potentially another young client there, Tommy Cassidy.
Cassidy, great lad.
It's creating good coaches with the same mindsets, and to help me as well and to help grow a bigger community. And that's probably the biggest goal I have so far, is to bring in a bigger community and focus mainly on that.
Amazing, mate. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So, what would the best piece of advice be that you could give someone now who's, making that transition, right? Because there's probably, there's going to be a lot of people watching this, that are possibly stuck in a similar position to where you were. When you were making that transition from, painting and decorating to saying, you know what, I need to do fitness. Fitness is my life. That's what I need to go and do. Like, what's the best piece of advice that you could give to someone who's there and they need to get to point B?
You definitely have to put yourself out there. You have to just know what you want to do. Like, if this is truly your passion, if this is something you really have in the bottom of your heart, this is something you are driven to do, then you have to put yourself out there. You have to want to learn. You have to want to listen, constantly invest in yourself, and again, take action. You need to take action. If it's something you love doing, I mean, it doesn't make any other sense than sitting back and waiting for it to pass you. Take action and just do it. Just actually do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Stop wasting time. You know what I mean? And stop listening to the haters and people telling you, oh, you shouldn't do it, or don't take that risk. It's too risky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do it. Just do it.
Yeah, I absolutely love that, mate, because, the reality is, and this is the thing that the people don't really think about either. Okay, a lot of people think, I'll go for the safe option and I'll stay in my safe job, right? What was to stop the dude who you were working for and your painting and decorating thing saying, here, Pierce, I got no more work for you?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, the reality is that you can fail at the things you don't want. So why not just do the things you do want to? And if you fail, at least you're doing the fucking
something you love
to do, instead of possibly failing at the thing that you don't want to do.
That's brilliant. No, you're 100% right with that. That's spot on, to be honest, man.
Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Maybe it's just that fighter's mentality. Like, I don't know. Maybe not everyone
thinks the same, but they have the potential to. They have
exactly,
that. Everyone has that potential to do what we're doing. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I can't see why anyone can't do it.
Yeah, I just hope that if there's someone sitting or listening to this today that are unhappy with their current position, and they're listening to you today and saying, you know what, like what is it that's actually stopping me? Do you know what I mean? And I would say for most people, it's fear of failure.
That's it, 100%. Like, again, even going back, like I didn't even start with big money. Like, yeah. I wasn't even. It's not even like, where I'm at, where I'm located at. Like, if half the people that's even going to watch this seen where I'm located at, they'd be like, oh my god, that's insane. If I can make it, anyone can make it. It's just having the mindset. That's all it is.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Because you're right. I didn't know where I was driving to. It was down this wee laneway, and I go, Jesus, where is this? I go, like, cut up or something down here. What's going on? Like, what is going on here? But yeah, I mean, people know where I started. I started above a bar. It was a small loft. The floor was falling in. Like, it was ridiculous. And very, very similar story to you. But like, you can't let those small things hold you back. Like, that's just the reality. And like you said earlier, you can train people and reinvest in yourself. Even if you are, let's say you are in a full-time job and you've got responsibilities, it's still okay to work on your passion as a side project and still continue to, I call it career capital, build career capital before saying, oh, do you know what, I'm going to follow what I'm passionate about. Because, people are they're going to get mistaken here, right? They're probably going to watch this and they're like, so them two just, they had babies on the way and they just left it and done what they were passionate about. No, that's not what happened. No. Both of us were able to build career capital, training people for free, doing what we were passionate about on the side, reinvesting, and then continuing to move forward. Like, it's hard work. You can't just, say, I'm just going to leave everything and move straight away. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying.
No, we're not saying that.
Capital. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, absolutely amazing, dude. So, we're going to leave it here, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. I really enjoyed that. It was
Yeah,
brilliant.
for sure, man.
Hopefully, someone's taken away some of the advice and tips. And even if you want to message me, if anyone's watching this that feels inspired, hit me up because I'd be happy to help as well.
Do that, mate. So let's tell let's tell people where they can reach you. Where can obviously they can reach you on Facebook, Piers Casey.
Oh, you can reach me on Facebook, Piers Casey, and then I'm on Instagram at Casey the Ripper, and the same on YouTube. And that's pretty much it. That's all my platforms I'm on at the minute.
So Casey the Ripper on Instagram and on Facebook. Where did the Ripper come from, dude?
I know the story behind that is that just came from boxing. I was just the coaches just came in and said, "Oh, there's wee Casey the Ripper. He's ripping everyone apart."
Yeah.
Everyone just called me at school. Oh, there's the Ripper. I just kept the name.
Class, man. Absolutely. I used to get Lenny the Lamb. Absolute classic, dude. Here, mate, it's been an absolute pleasure today. Thank you for coming on.
No worries at all. Thank you.
And hopefully I'll see you soon. We've got a wee training session done together, yeah?
We will do. Good man.
Class, mate. Absolutely awesome. See you soon, mate.
All right. See you soon, bro. Thank you.
Bye.